Happy New Year! Well, Chris, it's been quite a year of make or breaks. Many of the stories dominating our platforms here at KUAM in 2018.
From the Trump tax reforms affecting Guam to the island's only public hospital losing accreditation, here are the top 10 stories of 2018 to ring in your new year. The Guam Memorial Hospital suffered a major blow in July when the Joint Commission revoked the hospital's accreditation. Hospital Board Vice Chair Lillian Baza said a wide range of deficiencies were cited.
There were many. Some were facilities and structural. Some were processes, such as performance improvement, activities and engagement with all the staff.
Baza says the citations were a mix of management and financial issues, with a lot of overlap. The hospital not only lost accreditation, but was under the threat of being kicked off Medicare and Medicaid programs. Although the feds eventually accepted the hospital's corrective action plan, Governor Calvo says the only way to solve the systematic problems at the hospital is for lawmakers to focus on a long-term permanent fix or a dedicated funding source.
We've had numerous governors for 40-some years. And I could go back to the first governor, Calvo, and the first headline where vendors were going to cut payments to the hospital. It's always been a funding shortfall.
Prime Chamorro land trust lots in Barrigada Heights given to land management employees and their relatives. KUAM News blew the lid off one of the most controversial stories of 2018. When we researched just who was getting lots in the CLTC's Barrigada Heights inventory, we presented our findings to Land Management Director Michael Borja. He said he was shocked that his employees appeared to have hooked up themselves and their relatives, but in ironic plot twist, Borja confessed that he himself did the same thing.
I did have a relative that got a lot on Barrigada Heights.
How closely related to you?
My sister.
Borja's sister, Catherine Borja, receiving a Chamorro land trust lot in Barrigada Heights.
Her name came up on the list.
Was it done properly?
Yeah, I think so.
Do you feel like you should have recused yourself from handling that, or maybe had the deputy sign off on it?
Probably.
So why didn't you think?
Less convenience.
Land management employees, their relatives, high-ranking Guam officials, the son of a former chief prosecutor, even a sitting senator, winning the CLTC lottery and well on their way to moving into expensive lots with $1 million view, with some of the lots appraised at nearly $1 million. Borja tried to tell KUAM News everyone who got a lot in Barrigada Heights was a 1995 applicant, but the CLTC's own documents showed that wasn't the case at all. Switching places in line, employees and their children getting lots, some applicants just 3 years old in 1995. Just some of the things we discovered that led to a 3-month review of the CLTC leases after the Attorney General of Guam said CLTC leases fell into 2 categories, voidable and null and void. At the end of the day, the CLTC found what was happening in Barrigada Heights was par for the course and decided it would be too difficult to deal with how rampant rule breaking, ultimately passing the buck to the legislature for legislative relief.
The battle over the budget and the impact of the Trump tax cuts led to intense debate during a series of special sessions at the Guam Congress building. From tax increases, proposals of a 32-hour week, furloughs, shutting down police and fire stations, nothing was off the table.
If you're going to allow me that responsibility for signing someone's layoff, I'm looking at every one of you straight in the eye and say resign. Because you did not work with this administration to keep this government stable and to keep this economy moving forward.
We are working, and we are working very hard to find other solutions. But I ask that you come before this body without harassing us. It's unprofessional, and I have so much respect for you. But I don't appreciate you coming in here and harassing us, threatening us. If we don't vote your way, that you're going to call for our resignation.
Faced with a more than $70 million shortfall brought on by Trump tax cuts, the administration fought hard for a BPT increase to raise revenue to help with the hemorrhaging. The back and forth between Adelup and the legislature would go on for weeks, and threats became a reality when cost-cutting measures were implemented by Adelup. Public safety departments were first on the chopping block.
This is nothing less, Madam Chairman, than a blatant hostage-taking of our people with the intent of forcing a tax increase down their throats. This body is getting called into special session after special session after special session at midnight. And our people are being submerged in a climate of fear for their safety.
In the end, the entire island felt the impact of the Trump tax cut proposals to their pocketbooks.
And Chris, many things did not make our countdown, including those public health closures that happened throughout this year.
That, along with several fights that were caught on camera at our island's public schools. So what's next? Our countdown continues after the break.